Hello everyone, my name is Jeff Rolka. Thank you for checking out my video. It's that time of year again where the new year is upon us and we start thinking about making plans, often in the form of resolutions. But a great friend of mine once said, I don't make resolutions, I make plans. We make adjustments. And so I would like to propose that we look to the new year with that in mind. And here I have 5 tips for you that I would suggest you consider as you move into the new year. If you are looking to expand upon your vocal practice or your musical endeavors or something to that effect, these tips are somewhat focused on singing, but they are tips for musicians, and so they are somewhat universally applicable. But let's get into this. 5 tips for your New Year's plans. Number 1, commit to a daily practice. If you do nothing else, if you disregard everything else that I say in this video, a daily practice will do more for your musical growth than any single course or lesson or anything else. A little bit of daily practice on whatever it is you are working on is the trick. If it's high notes, a little bit of a daily practice. If it's singing legato, a little bit of a daily practice. That is where it's at. It will help you get better if you get sick. It will help you grow incrementally over the year and then have those moments of breakthroughs that we so often hear about in musical study. A daily practice is where it's at. I can't say it enough, but I've said it enough for this video, so let's go on to number 2. It's not all about singing. When you get sick, you could work on reading music. You could do some critical listening. You could do a transcription. You could also do some research, if you like, on repertoire that you think would help with your musical growth. There's more to being a musician and even more to being a vocalist or singer than just the singing. So doing some critical listening especially, I think, can be very, very helpful. This goes double for songwriters, and I might also add that if you're a songwriter, you might want to consider a bit of transcription as well. It will increase your melodic and harmonic palettes and give you more choices about how you choose to express yourself in your song. It is not all about singing. I'm going to wrap that up with my favorite quote from Chopin, who used to say that if his students were spending more than 3 hours practicing an instrument a day, they were wasting their time. Now, as a vocalist, 3 hours of practice is quite a lot. So you might kind of take that down a notch or so for a vocal practice. But the point here is that there is more to it than just perfecting your specific instrument, or in our cases, vocal abilities. So it's not all just about singing. It's also not all about high notes. There is more to being an effective vocalist and singer than just singing over the break, or as I usually say, over the secondo passaggio for tenors and baritones. For sopranos and mezzos, that's more like the primo passaggio is typically considered to be the break. It's more than that. It's about expression. It's about dynamics, getting louder and softer. It's about articulation. If it's marcato or tenuto, is it staccato, legato? All of those things make us more effective communicators in the musical realm. It's not all about the high notes. And I say that knowing full well that I spend probably 99.9% of my time teaching people to sing over the secondo passaggio, or primo passaggio in the case of the sopranos and mezzos, over the break, if you like. I spend most of my time teaching that and working towards it, because without it, you are somewhat limited in the range that you can cover. However, It's more than just that. That question actually came up as part of a high note bootcamp thing that I was doing on my website. I never got around to answering it there, but there you have it. It's not just about singing the high notes. Try to be aware of whether or not you're getting stuck. If you do, get the help that you need. Don't get stuck. If you do get stuck, see it for what it is. It's not the end. It's just a barrier. How firm that barrier is to a certain extent within your control. If you keep on beating away at it, it might become a very firm barrier indeed. But if you see it and you can identify it, it's this phrase, it's this note, it's this song or this piece, whatever, then you can seek out the information that will help you circumvent or overcome that barrier. It could be of a wide variety of things that are so readily available now in this incredible internet and information age that we are a part of. It might be an online course. It might be a lesson with a teacher that's in your area. It might be a Zoom lesson where you're, both online or something like that. It could be some other form of asynchronous tutelage. It could be any number of a variety of things. There are lots of different ways to pursue this on my website alone, much less what's out in the great wide world of the internet and IRL, in real life, world. But it all starts with you. You have to see it and say, or at least ask yourself, if other people can sing this, what is holding me back? Why am I struggling here where I can hear others are struggling less, maybe, or not struggling at all? In seeking out that answer, you will find what you need to do. It may be that it's not resolved in the time frame that you need it to be resolved in, but at least you will have a resolution at some point if you pursue that path of study. Getting stuck happens to all of us. I get stuck all the time. I even have a special name for them. I just call them obstacles. I know it's not like a super fancy name. I'm sorry if I set that up to sound like it was going to be this like watershed moment. I just think of them as obstacles, barriers, and I'm going to remove the barrier. Sometimes that means going around it. Sometimes that means going over, or I can learn over time with practice to dissolve the barrier. But it's just a barrier. It's not a stopping point. And seeing it and seeking out the information that you need will help you to keep on going forward so you're not stuck there forever and getting frustrated with it. That's the last thing. And I think leads us really nicely into my fifth point. Remember, our operative verb as musicians is to play. We play music. We play songs. I know for us we sing them, but to play is our operative verb. And I would suggest to you that the pursuit of the musical arts at least be a little fun. That it doesn't have to always feel one way or another. Sometimes it might feel a bit like hard work because you're struggling with something. We all struggle. I struggle with things. It is normal to struggle with things, especially when you're trying to grow. Save some time to play. Save some time to sing the songs that are easy for you, that you love, that inspire you, that make you feel a certain way that you like to feel. We play. We play music. We play with each other when we make music together, and it's wonderful. Remember, our operative verb is to play, and we do well to have equal parts of all these different things. Not all play, not all work, not all hard, not all easy. Mingling these things together will make sure that we continue to grow, not only throughout next year, but beyond that by quite a wide margin if you ask me. So there you have it. 5 things to consider as we move into 2025. Where did 2024 go? Holy smokes. That went quickly. Let me know what your comments are in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts about what your plans are, what hurdles you want to overcome in 2025, or at least get started with, or if you have additional items that you are going to add into your program for 2025. I suppose that might be the bonus tip, is that it is all a process. That being a musician isn't something that we become, it is something that we do, and we continue to do. Thank you all so very much for being a part of the channel. Thank you for the subscribers, and thank you for your support. Thank you for my Patreon supporters. I truly appreciate it all. I hope that you all have a lovely day, a lovely week. I hope that the remainder of 2024 for you is wonderful. And I hope that 2025 exceeds all your expectations. Until next time, my name's Jeff. Take really good care of your voices. Enjoy singing. Happy New Year, and we'll see you again. Bye.